So subtracting rational expressions is no different than adding rational expressions. Instead of now, we have the subtraction sign up here. So what do you think it's going to do to the whole right-hand side of the equation? It's going to switch signs on it. It's going to make them negative or positive, whichever, depending on what the sign is. You have to keep that in mind when you're doing these problems, okay? That's where you're going to mess up. So let's look at this one. Let's get it in complete factor form. I got x plus 2 on top. On bottom, I have x squared minus 2x. Can I factor something out? An x, what am I left with? X minus 2 minus, I've got an x plus 2 on top. Can't do anything with that. And on bottom, I have a 2x minus 4. Can I factor something out? A 2, what am I left with? Correct.
When do you change the sign?
Next step. Okay, so I need a lowest common multiple. Two x minus 2. So 2x times x minus 2, 2x times x minus 2. That's my lowest common multiple. So what cancels out on this side over here? X minus 2 cancels out. And your x cancels out. So what am I left with over here? 2 times x plus 2. Minus, what cancels out over here? Your 2 and your x minus 2. What am I left with? X times x plus 2. So now I need to distribute. So what am I going to get right here when I distribute? Now I need to distribute over here too. What am I going to get when I distribute over here? No. Negative x squared. That's where your minus sign comes into effect. That minus sign has to go with that x. So it's negative x squared minus 2x. Does everybody see that? Can't forget that negative, that minus sign. All over 2x times x minus 2. So now we need to combine like terms. So I got negative x squared, the 2x's cancel out, plus 4 over 2x times x minus 2. Well, look at here. We got a negative x squared. Can I have that? What do I need to do to this problem? What? Correct. Same thing we learned in 8.4. I need to take a negative out of this, so my x squared will become positive, right? So if I come over here and take a negative 1 out of it, I'm going to have x squared minus 4. Well, let's check it to make sure we're right. If I were to distribute this negative 1, I would get negative x squared. Do I have a negative x squared over here? I'm good. If I were to distribute this negative 1 to this negative 4, I would get a positive 4. Do I have a positive 4 over here? So that tells me I'm good right there.
Can you just take that negative and put it in the middle?
You could. We're going to in just a minute. So x squared minus 4. Can I do something with that x squared minus 4? What does x squared minus 4 become? So I got x minus 2, x plus 2. Don't forget my negative. And then 2x over x minus 2. Can we reduce anything? X minus 2's go away, right? So I'm left with negative x plus 2 over 2x. And what would my restrictions be? 0 and 2. That's my answer.
them both red?
This one, because I have a negative 1 right here. You can put the 1 there if you want. I just didn't write it in. What if somebody on their paper put this as an answer? Right or wrong? Why would that be wrong?
It only makes the top.
Because this says I got a negative x. Well, I don't have just a negative x. I have a whole thing negative. So this right here would be wrong. You can't have that. Okay, the next one is x plus 3 divided by x minus 2. 6x minus 7 divided by x squared minus 3x plus 2. Okay, so complete factor form. So none of that can be taken down anymore. What about x squared minus 3x plus 2? X minus 2, x minus 1. Okay, so what would my least common multiple be? X minus 2, x minus 1. So my x minus 2's cancel out, and what am I left with on the left-hand side? And minus x minus 2 is canceled out, and x minus 1 is canceled out. So what am I left with on the right-hand side? What's going to go around my 6x minus 7? Parentheses. Why? Because I need to distribute that what? That negative, correct. So now I'm going to put it all over my lowest common multiple. So now I need to put it back together. So I get x squared minus 1 plus 3 gives me plus 2x, and then that's negative 3. What happens over here? So minus 6x plus 7. Is there anything that I can combine on top? So I can combine my x's, which would be 2 minus 6 gives me negative 4x. And then negative 3 plus 7 gives me positive 4. And then x minus 1, x minus 2. Yep, now I'm going to take it and factor it back out again. So what's my factor for the top up there? What cancels? And my answer would be, and what are my restrictions? Correct, correct, correct. Up here, I can't cancel anything out until after I put it back together and break it back down. Okay, let's look at it. So let's factor it completely out. Okay, what does the bottom factor out to right there? X plus 5 and x plus 1. So what's my least common multiple? plus 5 and x plus 1? That can't be.
3 and 2.
Let's see, that would be x squared, that'd be 1, that'd be 5. Let's write it.
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's right. So x plus 5 and x plus 1? Is this the right problem? What you had? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I've got that cancels out, and I'm left with x plus 1, x minus 1. I've got that cancels out, and I'm left with minus x plus 3, and I'm going to put it all over x plus 5, x plus 1. So I've broken it completely down. Now I need to put it back together. So x squared plus 1 minus 1 cancels out. Minus 1 minus x minus 3 over x plus 5, x plus 1. Can I combine anything? Can x squared minus x minus 4 be reduced? No, it cannot. So that is my answer with restrictions of